Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening show today. Well, unfortunately, I'm a bit down today. I'm having some problem today. I'm not really in a very good health, but yeah, as I said, a lot of medical issues, some medical issues in the family, but just took the time to come and speak to you all, dear friends, subscribers. And the reason for my speaking today is to for this Cricket Happening show is to talk to you about the second day's play in the second test match between Zimbabwe and Pakistan, where Pakistan also struggled. It is not an easy pitch to bat on because the ball was skipping low at times, but what Pakistan did best was they had to really crawl at a very crawl in a manner, in the sense it was a very slow going. Initially they were frustrated by the ninth wicket, the last wicket, final wicket partition between Tendai Chatara and Brian Tory, which realized some valuable runs, which I'll talk about. And Zimbabwe finished at 294 all out, so the tail really wagged today. And then there was a damper as far as the third one-day international was concerned. There were only, legally only 15.1 overs were bowled, where England were batting, and England were really, I would say, under the pump there at 59 for 3 in the 16th over, and then play was called off with rain not relenting. Right, and the other news that is there is coming in from the English county cricket scene. One of those very useful swing bowlers, and his outswinger was a real treat to watch, and his name is Matthew Hoggard. Has decided that he's going to bring down his career, in the sense he's going to retire as far as cricket is concerned. He has been in 17 years on the cricket circuit. He also played a lot of test matches, 67 test matches for England, and as I said, he was the one who was providing the breakthrough, and we'll talk about that if at all I find time. So let's first talk about the second day's play in the match between Zimbabwe and Pakistan, where Zimbabwe yesterday, resuming at the overnight score of 237 for 8, lost a wicket pretty early in the morning, which was expected. Plus would say I was a victim, caught Rahat Ali bowled Younis Khan for 22, but from 248, probably Pakistan would have thought they could, Younis Khan would finish off the tail, and it would be Pakistan batting. But let me tell you, it's only 8 overs that Pakistan played, 7 or 8 overs that Pakistan played before lunch, and such was the frustration for the Pakistani bowlers, as the ball was missing the stumps. There were a lot of edges going in between. There were some strokes too. They were living a bit dangerously, I thought. But well, I would say the last wicket pair, tailenders Tendai Chatara and Brian Tory, took the score from 248 for 9, defying the Pakistani bowlers, and finally this Zimbabwean total had a sort of a real respectability considering the pitch circumstances. They finished at 294 all out, with the stand being finally broken by Abdur Rahman, the left-arm spinner, when he had Tendai Chatara LBW for 21 with 2 fours. Vittori was not on 19 with 2 fours, 294 all out. So essentially the partnership that added valuable 46 runs for the final wicket, and really frustrated the Pakistanis no end. And as far as the bowling, Younis Khan had figures of 33 overs, 11 maidens, 67 runs and 4 wickets. The other wicket taker being Abdur Rahman today, 22 overs, 6 maidens, 92 runs and 1 wicket. As far as the Pakistan batting was concerned, they had 7 overs before lunch, where one saw Mohammad Hafiz cracking a few boundaries, 3 boundaries in all. And after lunch, Mohammad Hafiz continuing his very poor form, not only this test series, also in 2013. He is really struggling. Now what is going to be the case, whether now the question comes as to whether Mohammad Hafiz will be a part of the Pakistan squad to tour the United Arab Emirates. So that is a question now. But Mohammad Hafiz made 22 runs of 32 balls with 3 fours, Vettori was really testing him. He was really putting Mohammad Hafiz in two minds whether to play or not to play. And finally, it was Brian Vettori with some good swing bowling where he got the ball across the bat of Mohammad Hafiz. The ball swerved further, and Mohammad Hafiz got sucked into that. He nicked it to the wicket to Masakadze, and the slipper took an easy catch. And Mohammad Hafiz was walking after making 22 runs with 3 boundaries. So the score was 29 for 1. Azhar Ali joined Khurram Manzoor at the other end, who was looking good today. And then Paniagra, bowling his first ball in this in the Pakistani first innings, struck it big right away as he got Azhar Ali, who was trying to flick a ball which was coming into him, and he flicked it. But while flicking, the ball did not hit the bat. It went and hit the pad, and the umpire's finger immediately went up, and Azhar Ali was gone. LBW bowled Tinasha Paniagra for 7 with a score reading 62 for 2. Khurram Manzoor, well, he was looking good. As I said, he was driving the ball very well. He played some lovely strokes, in fact. One was through the cover area, one was through the point region, and it was good to see Khurram Manzoor get into his stride. As you know, he has been making a comeback, and he didn't have it well in the first test match, but in the second test he played well. And then a partnership was going on between Khurram Manzoor and Younis Khan. Younis Khan is in some great form, and he was playing well, and they had to be really watchful. The reason being the ball was skipping low, and if you look at the reason that the score for Pakistan at the end of the day stood at 163 for 3, and Khurram Manzoor was run out. Now this was Younis Khan once again being a part of it, as there was a misunderstanding between Khurram Manzoor and Younis Khan, and Khurram Manzoor was the one who had to sacrifice his wicket. He was run out by Chigumbra for 51 with 9 fours, and the score was 96 for 3. From 96 for 3, Pakistan decided that they were in some sort of trouble at 96 for 3, and it was the captain Misbah-ul-Haq who really started digging himself in. Younis Khan also did the same, but definitely played. Really took made good use of any short deliveries or any loose deliveries that was presented to him by the Zimbabwean bowlers. But the Zimbabwean bowlers also have to be credited, because they were bowling full-length deliveries, and not only that, they also kept the ball onto the bat, in the sense the ball was skipping low, so they were allowing the ball to do something. But I thought that was the right approach by the Pakistani batsmen, because they had to ensure that they go and try to get to the Zimbabwean total first, and that's what they precisely did. They decided to bide their time at the crease, and all this materialized for them towards the end of the day, when the score stood at 163 for 3 in reply to 294 all out from Zimbabwe. Younis Khan was not out on 52, so not only Younis Khan went to his 50, he also became the 4th Pakistani cricket player in the Test history to make 7,000 runs in Test cricket. So congratulations to Younis Khan. He has been a great veteran and a great servant for Pakistan cricket. He drove well. He was driving well. As you know, he always drives well. And Misbah-ul-Haq was busy nudging and pushing the deliveries. And finally, Pakistan, with the efforts of Younis Khan and Misbah-ul-Haq, saw the team towards the close of play at 163 for 3, with Younis Khan not out 52 with 6 fours, Misbah-ul-Haq not out 27 with 3 fours. And as far as the bowling figures were concerned, the wicket taker Paniagra, with his very first ball of the Pakistani innings, 13 overs 3 minutes 1 for 30, a very important wicket of Azhar Ali. Brian Vettori getting the out of form. Mohammad Hafiz sucked into the ball outside the off stump, 16 overs 5 minutes 42 runs on 1 wicket. Chatara bowled well, 18 overs 5 minutes none for 28, 9 overs 4 minutes none for 18. I would say 12 overs none for 41. But really have to commend the bowling efforts from Zimbabwe, because what they did is they really kept the Pakistani innings on a tight leash by restricting them to 163 for 3, which was good work, I thought, by Zimbabwean bowlers, bowling full-length deliveries, not allowing the Pakistani batsmen to really free their arms, in the sense, not allowing them to really take any liberties. And Pakistani batsmen also, I thought, they played well, because under the circumstances where the ball was skipping low, they had to be a bit watchful, and that's what they precisely did. Well, so all in all, tomorrow the 3rd day's play coming up in the second test match looks to be interesting, but again The new ball will be due after quite some after probably say 7 or 8 overs. So whether Pakistan would be in a push, I mean Zimbabwe can do something with the new ball, that remains to be seen. If they can do that, that would really be good, because Pakistan still have some lot of batting still to come, and Zimbabwe would be hoping for some quick strikes tomorrow, at least with the new ball. Well, so let's leave from Zimbabwe now and go on to the England-Australia match. It is going to be covered in very brief. As I said, England were the ones who actually batted first, and today Australia dropped Fawad Ahmed, the right-arm leg spinner. They brought Josh Hazlewood into the mix because they knew there's going to be cloudy conditions prevailing there, and England definitely struggled there. First, there was a serious misunderstanding where Peterson was guilty when Michael Carberry sacrificed his wicket, and Carberry, even though he said no, Peterson kept on running, and in the end it was Michael Carberry who had to sacrifice his wicket. He was run out for 1. That was the first wicket to go. After that, Kevin Peterson started off in a very flashy style. The very first delivery that he faced, he beautifully flicked it away in his traditional way for a boundary when of the bowling of, I thought it was Clint McKay. After that, Kevin Peterson, probably shaken by that run out of Carberry, where he probably found himself responsible. He actually started playing and missing a few times, and that was it for Peterson, as Peterson was gone. Caught Bailey bowled Johnson, who once again was bowling excellently, and he was gone for 6. After that, Jonathan Trott played a few shots where he was playing some good boundaries, getting some good boundaries off his hip. Joe Root was also along with Jonathan Trott, but Joe Root was a goner, as he was caught and bowled by Adam Boakes for 12, and that left the score at 52 for 3. And finally, the score finally ended at 59 for 3 with Trott not out 28 for 41 balls with 2 fours and Morgan not out 5, and that was it. There was no more play possible on the in the third one-day international. The second match which is getting out with a no result, so Australia will enjoy the lead after winning the second one-day international. So it stands at 1-0 with the fourth one-day international to come. So 59 for 3 was the final total. McKay bowled 5 overs, none for 23. Johnson once again bowling well, 1 for 20 for him. Hazlewood 2 overs for 6. Faulkner 1 over for 3. 1.1 over, no maiden, 3 runs on 1 wicket for Adam Boakes. And Michael Clarke 1 over, no maiden, none for 4. So let's move away from, we are still in England, but with a difference. We are talking about the English county cricket scene here, where Matthew Hoggard has finally announced his retirement from cricket. As you know, Matthew Hoggard has been a household name in English cricket for quite a long time, and he has got a lot of wickets in his bag. In fact, let's look at his stats here as to how many wickets Matthew Hoggard has taken. He has played 67 test matches, and he was the prime strike bowler for Matthew Hoggard. And one thing that really comes into vivid memory, always comes into memory as far as Matthew Hoggard is concerned, he was a bowler who could really swing the delivery. He was a real good swing bowler, and what he was doing is that he used to provide the breakthrough. And let me tell you, those the swinging deliveries that Matthew Hoggard was bowling was really banana swingers, I would say, because the way he was bowling, it was really swinging in a very prodigious swing. He generated prodigious swing, I would say. That would be the word, the prodigious swing. And that netted him 248 test wickets in 67 test matches, and he also became the 8th highest wicket taker in test matches for England. He was a permanent part of the English cricket team when test matches were played. And Matthew Hoggard, as you know, he also plays for his county side, that is Leicestershire. And finally, after 17 years, the Matthew Hoggard, the wonderful swing bowler that England produced, has decided to call it quits. So he retires. And one thing that one remembers about Matthew Hoggard is his performance in 2004, which was a great year, where England won matches against West Indies and South Africa. And there was one particular match in which he took a 12-wicket back. That was against England, against South Africa in Johannesburg. That really comes to memory. Other than that, as I said, Matthew Hoggard was a prodigious swing bowler, and it was a real part when the Matthew Hoggard, Harmison, they were all operating in tandem at once upon a time. Well, dear fans, friends, subscribers, I think I will be almost coming to an end of this cricket show now, as far as today is concerned. But I'm just trying to see whether anything else that I could talk to you about. One thing that one could talk about is that in the 2014-15 series, there's not going to be any test matches. Sorry, no international matches as far as the Wacker Stadium in Perth. As you know, Wacker is always a greenish tinge pitch, and the pace bowlers really love to bowl on this track. But unfortunately, that is not going to be a part of plans as far as 2014 or 15 is concerned, which is sad news according to me. Probably they want to get it ready, and they want to see to it that the 2015 World Cup, when it is played in Australia and New Zealand, they want to make sure that the Wacker Perth is really glowing, and it really has all the life in it when all the world's top bowlers will be in competition there in World Cup 2015 in Australia and New Zealand. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this very note, your host Ram is ending the cricket show for today, but promising you I'll be back with, not promising you, as I said, this week I can't make any promise. Hopefully you will see me again on the next Cricket Happening show. Thanks for your company, and thanks for regularly watching the Cricket Happening show. Your host Ram is returning you back to the studios. Thank you.